So I love this expression from Baker Roshi. He wasn't referring to love, but we'll just say he was. And that is that love or eros is that which connects what would otherwise be seen as separating. So there's a woman named Leah who's in front of me. This that exists between Leah can either be seen as something that separates us or as that which connects us and has us share molecules. And so to return to that state of mind of love is to see the connection that's always there and to live inside of that space. One of the one of the unskillful perceptions we have is that love exists here and it doesn't exist here. It exists in this room in private under the covers with nobody else knowing, the two of us holding on for dear life. And then all of a sudden, you know, the alarm goes off and you have to go to work. And then you make that transition, you pull yourself together, you put your clothes on, and now you're in the loveless place. And so my suggestion is always stay in love. Stay in love. I'll just do it now. You know, there's three bodies of love, say, you know, there's the love that's here, that's holding the whole display. There's just love that's holding the display. Then there's the love of always sensing that can happen irrespective of time and space. And being alive or not being alive. I still talk to Ray as much as I talk to him, sometimes more, because he was so difficult in person. This way he can't respond to me, and bark at me. But I talked to him as much as I did when his form was still here. That it didn't, nothing changed except for his bad jokes. Although, you know, he still has them. But you know, as we get more in the field of love, those things never change. And I think we all know that, but it's just so risky to admit it. It's so embarrassing to possibly be wrong, to open yourself to the possibility that, wait, I'm feeling you. Am I crazy? Did I do too many drugs? What is that? And I would just say, you probably are. You probably are. I think we all sense each other consistently. And do we have a spotlight of attention that's willing to rest in the invisible, to read and communicate with that other person? And you can have many of my most profound relationships happen in that place. And there's no way to ever be lonely if you tune in to that place. And you also discover the hard news, and that's that no relationship ever ends. Ever. I am still in some arguments that I have been in for 20 years with people who haven't spoken to me. But I'll keep those arguments up. No, I will. You know, my friend Jack said this great thing. He said, I hope I'm quoting him accurately, but he said something like, with a bodhisattva, it doesn't matter if they love you or hate you, the connection, both of them mean they're still connected to you. And so to develop the willingness and wherewithal to stay connected, irrespective of how it's presenting, and knowing that beneath that is the ground of love. And then there's the third level, and that's, you know, the actual physical body of love. And my desire, my aim is to live in all three places with the people, with everyone, really. But, you know, there are people who are more in the inner sanctum of my heart than others. It's self-organizing, by the way. I definitely do not, you know, so half the time I'm seeing someone now and I'll say like, what made central casting think this would be great? But then you discover actually it's a great casting director in ways that I would have never known. I just wouldn't. I just follow the thread, and how can that be? So I would practice, we're talking about the practice, the art and practice of love. Well, the art and practice of love then is what's called giving reality on experience. And it requires a great risk to say, at 10 a.m., I had the biggest hit of you. And it was this bright, shocking night. And then I felt like I heard your voice and smelled your scent. And then to have the other person confirm or deny. If they deny, they're not your friend. No. Not everyone is tuned in at that level. But for example, the people I have in the inner sanctum of my heart, we have conversations there. And the reason is that then that fundamental loneliness, it just cannot abide in that location. And once you get that signal strong enough, then it's an experience of having these multiple lines open at all times, and your heart is always full. It's always nourished, and it always has the multiple nutrients that it needs.